At 65 and beyond, your blood no longer flows like it did at 30. The heart still beats, the veins still open and close. But one thing is certain, your blood needs help getting back up to the heart, especially at night. And here's the truth that surprises most people. You don't need a new pill. You don't need a fancy massage tool. You don't even need to walk, because we're talking about what happens while you're lying still. The secret is letting gravity do the work, if you sleep the right way. Let me explain. When you're standing or walking, the muscles in your calves and thighs act like a pump. Every time you move, those muscles squeeze the deep veins in your legs, pushing the blood upward back to the heart. But when you lie down to sleep, that pump shuts off. Your body is resting, and so are your muscles. There's no push left, just gravity and a quiet, hidden network of one-way valves inside your veins. These valves are like little doors. They open to let blood flow up and close to stop it from falling back down. But as we age, these valves weaken. They can leak, they can get lazy, and when that happens, blood pools in the legs. That's when we start to see swelling, aching, and that heavy, restless feeling in the calves at night. Now here's where things get interesting. A 2022 article from the American Heart Association highlights how simple changes in leg position during sleep, specifically elevating the lower legs, can significantly reduce venous pressure in older adults. This isn't just theory, this is science. Controlled studies have shown that lifting your legs by 6 to 8 inches while sleeping can help blood flow more efficiently, especially in those with chronic venous insufficiency. Why? Because you're using gravity to assist your heart. You're giving those tired valves a break. You're draining the legs without lifting a finger. But here's what most people do wrong. They grab a pillow and throw it under the knees. It feels good at first, but that's a trap. Let me say that again. Placing a pillow directly under the knees can actually harm your back. It flattens the natural curve of your spine and puts pressure on the lower discs. Another common mistake? Stacking 2 or 3 pillows and propping the legs up way too high. Yes, it sounds logical. The higher, the better, am I right? Wrong. Elevating your legs too steeply bends your hips and pulls your spine into an unnatural curve. For someone with arthritis, disc issues, or sciatica, this position can cause more pain than relief. So what's the safe way? Use a single, firm pillow or a folded blanket placed under your calves, not under the knees. This way, your heels are slightly off the bed and your thighs stay relaxed. You're lifting the lower leg as a unit, not bending it at the joint. You're creating a gentle slope from hip to heel that encourages blood to flow back toward the heart without straining the back. It's what I call the inverted V posture. Your body stays aligned, your back stays happy, and your veins get the assist they need. You can even test if you've done it right. Slide a flat hand under the small of your back. If your hand doesn't fit, your back is pressing too hard into the bed. That means your pillow is probably too high or placed too close to the knees. If your hand does slide in with just a little space, you've got it right. Now, I know you may be thinking, it's just a pillow. Can this really help my blood flow? And my answer, with over 20 years in rehab, is absolutely. Sometimes the most powerful treatments aren't pills or machines. Sometimes it's a simple shift in posture, done consistently and done with care. Now that you understand the power of posture, let's clear up some of the most common misconceptions that can turn a helpful habit into a harmful one. Misconception number 1, the higher the legs, the better. I hear this all the time, and I get it. It sounds reasonable. More elevation must mean better drainage, right? But here's the problem. When you stack up too many pillows, you're not just lifting your legs. You're forcing your hips to bend sharply and your lower back to flatten or even round forward. This is especially risky for older adults with lumbar disc issues, spinal stenosis, or chronic back pain. Your spine has natural curves, like the soft waves of a river. When you overlift your legs, those curves get distorted, and that distortion doesn't just disappear while you sleep. It builds pressure. It can lead to morning stiffness, numbness, or that dull ache you feel deep in the buttock or down the back of the thigh. That's right. It can even irritate the sciatic nerve, which is the longest and thickest nerve in your body. Now for misconception number 2, put a pillow right under the knees. It sounds cozy, but again, this position tends to make your knees flex and stay bent for hours. That constant bend compresses the knee joint and can tighten the hamstrings overnight. More importantly, it shifts your pelvis forward and flattens your lower back. What happens then? The discs between your vertebrae, those jelly-like cushions, get pushed unevenly. Over time, this increases the risk of bulging discs or worsens existing back issues. And here's one more mistake people don't even know they're making: placing a pillow too close to the ankles. This causes your feet to hang off with no support, pulling at the Achilles tendon and straining your calves. If you've ever woken up with foot cramps or stiff ankles, that could be the cause. So what's the proper technique? Let's walk through it step by step, just like I would in the clinic. 1. Choose the right support: a firm pillow, a thick towel folded lengthwise, or a wedge cushion will work best. Avoid ultra-soft pillows. They collapse under your legs and don't hold shape. 2. Position matters. Place the support under your calves, not under your knees, not just under the heels. Your legs should form a gentle slope upward, like a ramp, not a right angle. 3. Check alignment. Your thighs should remain in contact with the mattress. If there's a gap under your thighs, your knees are too elevated. Adjust the pillow lower or use a flatter one. 4. Keep it symmetrical. Avoid tilting one leg higher than the other. Uneven height can rotate your pelvis overnight, creating misalignment and back strain. 5. Finish with a heel check. Your heels should be just off the edge of the pillow, but still supported. If they're dangling, add a small towel to extend the pillow surface. This setup might take a few nights to get used to, but once your body adjusts, many of my patients report less swelling, improved sleep, and even reduced nighttime cramps. And here's something really interesting. A 2019 study in the Journal of Vascular Nursing found that older adults who elevated their legs by just 6 inches while sleeping saw an average 35% reduction in ankle swelling after 1 week. No medication, no compression socks, just posture. Let that sink in. A simple change in how you rest your legs can do what pills often can't, because pills may thin the blood, but they don't move it. Gravity does. If you work with it, not against it, you give your body a natural, passive way to heal while you sleep. This is what we call in rehab mechanical recovery. No chemicals, no force, just using the laws of physics to support your own physiology. And now, if you've been following our video series, this part is important. You've done the morning routine for waking up your legs, but nighttime is where real healing begins. Because at night, we're no longer fighting gravity. We can use it to help our circulation, to give our veins that gentle, steady encouragement to return blood to the heart. So I want to invite you to make this part of your nightly ritual. Before you turn off the light tonight, take 2 minutes to set up your pillow properly. Let it be an act of care. Let it be your moment to say, I honor my body. And if you agree to do this each night for 1 week, I'd love for you to write down in the comments, I honor my body each night. That will be your pledge, your commitment, your small promise to the most important person in your life, yourself. And yes, I read every comment, and I'll be sending a personal word of encouragement to each one of you who makes that commitment. Now that you've made the commitment, let's make sure you're doing it right. Because when it comes to using gravity to support your health, details matter. Let's revisit what we call the inverted V posture. Think of the shape of your legs from hip to heel, forming a soft, upside-down V. That's your goal. Not a steep slope, not a sharp bend, but a gentle incline, like the curve of a hill that encourages water to flow downward. In this case, blood. This posture works for 2 simple reasons. First, it allows gravity to assist venous return, pulling blood from the legs back to the heart. Second, it supports your lower back by keeping the spine in its neutral curve, which is vital for overnight spinal recovery. Let's walk through the full setup, just like I'd do with you in a rehab session. Step 1, choose your base. A wedge pillow is ideal. These are firm, angled cushions that are specifically designed to elevate the legs gradually. But if you don't have one, don't worry. A folded blanket, a rolled yoga mat, or even 2 firm towels stacked evenly will work. You want a height of about 6 to 8 inches from the bed to the top of the support. That's high enough to assist circulation, but low enough to avoid straining the hips or back. Step 2. Placement. This part is critical. Slide the pillow so that it sits directly under the mid-calf area, not under the knees and not just at the ankles. Your thighs should remain flat on the mattress. Your heels should hover gently off the far edge of the pillow. If they're unsupported, add a soft towel to cushion them. Remember, we're not lifting the knees. We're lifting the lower leg as one unit. Step 3. Spinal check. After lying down, take your hand and try to slide it under your lower back. If there's no space at all, your back is pressing hard into the mattress, your pillow might be too high or too close to the knees. If your hand slides under with a small pocket of space, that's perfect. Your spine is in neutral alignment. Step 4. Adjust for comfort. Use a small lumbar pillow or folded towel under the lower back if needed. This is especially helpful for people with degenerative disc disease or arthritis in the spine. The goal is comfort and alignment, not one or the other. And here's a pro tip. If you tend to turn sideways while sleeping, place a soft pillow between your knees as well. This keeps your hips aligned and prevents rotation that could strain the spine or compress the lower leg. Now, if you're wondering whether this setup really works in practice, let me share what we've seen in clinic settings. A pilot study in Clinical Rehabilitation Journal followed older adults with chronic leg swelling who used this inverted V posture nightly for just 10 days. The results? Over 70% reported less morning stiffness. 60% had reduced ankle circumference by at least half an inch. And perhaps most meaningful, all participants reported better sleep quality. That last part matters because your body can't heal if it's not resting deeply. And pain, whether from the back, the legs, or poor circulation, can disrupt the very sleep your body depends on to recover. This posture, as simple as it seems, is not just about veins or backs. It's about restoring balance to your body while you rest, giving your circulation a gentle assist, and giving your spine the neutral space it needs to decompress. Now let's talk gear for a moment, because having the right tools can make this habit easier to maintain. You can find a leg elevation wedge online or in medical supply stores. Look for one with a gradual slope and a firm base, preferably with washable covers. Avoid overly soft, sinking cushions. They feel good for 10 minutes but lose support by morning. If budget is a concern, I often recommend this setup. Take 2 thick towels, roll them into tight cylinders, stack them together, wrap with a scarf or cloth belt to hold them in place. Place them under the calves as described. And don't underestimate a simple yoga mat rolled lengthwise. Firm, supportive, and versatile. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need consistency. Now, before we close this section, I want to return to a theme we touched on earlier. Gravity doesn't care what age you are, but how you use it, that's entirely in your hands. Most people spend their lives fighting gravity, slouching under it, sinking into it, but tonight you're going to work with it. Just a few inches of lift, a few degrees of care, and yet it could mean the difference between waking up with heavy, swollen feet or standing up with lightness and energy in your step. I want you to pause right here, just for a moment, and picture something. It's a Sunday morning. Your grandchild runs toward you with arms wide open, and instead of reaching for a cane, instead of saying, "Wait, Grandma needs help to stand up," you rise with ease. You walk toward them, not away. You lift them into your arms, not because you have to, but because you can. That's what this is about. This posture, this simple, quiet act you do before sleep. It's not just for you. It's for the family that loves you. It's for the moments yet to come. It's for the version of you that still wants to move freely, with dignity and joy. I've worked with many patients in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. People who were told their circulation problems were just part of aging. But with small, consistent habits like this, many of them reclaimed not just better blood flow, but better nights, better mornings, and a deeper sense of control over their own health. So tonight, I ask you to make this a ritual, like brushing your teeth, like turning off the light, elevate your legs, check your back, close your eyes, and let gravity be your quiet healer. If you're ready to do this, Not just once, but every night for the next 7 nights. I want you to write this in the comments as a commitment to yourself. I honor my body each night, not just for circulation, not just for pain relief, but because your body has carried you for decades, and it deserves this kind of care. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something important. Tonight's posture sets the stage, it drains the legs. But what happens while you sleep? What if you still wake up with leg cramps or numb toes, or that strange tingling like your feet fell asleep? Then you'll need the second half of the routine, the part we'll cover in video 11, which goes live tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. That video is your nighttime reset, a quiet 2-minute ritual you do before bed to relax the calves, reduce nerve tension, and prevent those middle-of-the-night wake-ups we all dread. So here's your invitation. Set a reminder now, 8 a.m. tomorrow. Mark it like an appointment with your future self, because in that video, we'll talk about cramp-proof sleep and the best positions to stop tingling legs overnight. And trust me, it will bring this whole journey full circle. Let me close with this. You may not control aging, but you do control how you support your body through it. You control whether you fight gravity or let it carry you gently back toward healing. Every night is a new chance to recover. Every posture is a vote for your future, and every small choice adds up to something far bigger than relief. It adds up to freedom. Thank you for giving your body the care it deserves tonight. We'll see you in the morning. You're going to lie down, breathe deeply, and let this gentle slope beneath your legs do something powerful, quietly helping your body heal, one heartbeat at a time. By now you may be thinking, can something this small, just a pillow under the calves, really make a difference? Let me answer with a question of my own. When was the last time you did something for your body that asked for nothing in return, except rest? No pills, no appointments, no waiting rooms.